Today we will start with arithmetic progression. It is one of the easier topics of your 10th standard. Weightage is usually 3 to 4 marks. It can come either in section 1 or in section 2. Let us begin without wasting any more time arithmetic progression. Let us consider some sequence of numbers, say 5, 9, 13, 17, 21, 25, 29. Let's say we write 33 and 37. These set of numbers have a common difference of 4. As you can observe, the difference between the succeeding term and the preceding term is of 4. Here the first term, let us say we denote by A, is 5, and common difference is equal to, as you can see, 9 minus 5 is equal to 13 minus 9 is equal to, you can check with the remaining terms, is remaining same. In this case it is 4. Let us denote the first term with A1. 1 indicates first term is 5. So A1 or A in this case is same. Let us try writing second term A2, which is 9, which can be written as 5 plus 4. This can be written as equal to A plus D. Here D's coefficient is 1, which is 1 lesser than 2. Let us try writing A3. A3 is given to or known to us is 13. This can be written as equal to 5 plus 8, which is equal to A plus 2 times into 4. This can be written as equal to A plus 2 into D. This number 2 is 1 lesser than the suffix here. Let us take one more number. Say we write A4. So here no prize for guessing. The answer will be equal to A plus 3D. We can verify that. So in general, if we keep doing it, then for nth term we can write this as equal to, okay, let us denote it as AN only. AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Because this coefficient of D is 1 less than 4 here, so if it is n here, then n minus 1 into D. Ensure that you make a bracket over n minus 1. This can be also written as Tn is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D, or this can be also written as last term is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. So these all forms are acceptable forms for nth term in a AP. You can learn this. Nth term is AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. Let us now reconsider the given AP. Which was beginning with 5 and then 9. Let us rewrite few elements of that. Let us rewrite 5, 9, 13, 17, 21 and say 25. Okay, let's write only say 6 elements. Now it is understandable that if we ask you what is the third term, then third term can be written as equal to A plus 2D, which is equal to 5 plus 2 times common difference is 4, as mentioned before also, is equal to 13. So there is no great step here. You can directly, even by observation, claim that. But let us try to modify the problem. Let us say we this time ask you what is the third term from ending. We are asking what is the third term, find third term from ending. So again we find that it's not very difficult, as by observation you can see ending is 25, third term from ending would be 17. But imagine there are sequence of many numbers and then 17 was not visible to you, and last term is also not known, or even if it is known, we would have asked you something which is very difficult to check manually. So it's better that we understand how to get the answer for those terms where the question starts with find that term from ending. To get such a question, to get such a solution, you can reverse the AP. So what you can do is you can think that the question is beginning with 25. So your third term from ending will become is equal to last term from the beginning plus n minus 1 into. Now because earlier your common difference was done by doing 9 minus 5, which was 4, now you will do 5 minus 9. That is, your order is changing. So your common difference will no longer be d, it will become minus d. So here your last term will be as it is, that is the first term. Let us write minus into plus as minus n minus 1 into d. So your third term from ending will become t3 is equal to, last term was 25 minus n is 3 minus 1 into normal common difference 4. Now don't write minus 4 as you had already considered minus before. That led to this sign of minus here. This will become equal to, therefore t3 is equal to 25 minus 2 into 4, which is 25 minus 8, which is 17. Let us take an example to make you understand this more nicely. Let us take an example so that you get more clarity on this type of problem. Say we ask you find the 11th term from the ending of such an AP. Find the 11th term from the ending of this AP. So here, if you are asked a problem to get the 11th term from the end, it would become very difficult to check manually. Also, getting an answer such a way is not the best way to present it in examination. So because they have already said it's a AP, we don't have to check and verify that. We can directly write the last term is minus 62. We can understand that the common difference is 7 minus 10, which is equal to minus 3. And let us now write the formula for the nth term from the ending as, say, Tn is equal to L minus n minus 1 into d. So this will give you, therefore T11 is equal to minus 62 minus 11 minus 1 into common differences of minus 3, which is minus 62 minus 10 into minus 3. Let us make it plus, and minus into minus is plus that way. So this is going to be minus 62 plus 30. This will become equal to minus 32. We now understand the 11th term from ending is minus 32. Let us continue. Let us now consider the situation where you are asked to assume 3 numbers in AP. Say you are asked to assume 4 numbers in AP, and say you are asked to assume 5 numbers in AP. Maximum you may get 5 numbers. For 3 numbers in AP, a student can for convenience assume them as A minus T, A, and A plus T. For 4 numbers in AP, you can take A minus 3D, A minus T, A plus D, A plus 3D. And for 5 numbers, you can take A minus 2D, A minus D, A plus D, and A plus 2D. Here, the common difference is of D. The common difference, let us say we write CD as common differences of D. But in the second, that 4 numbers in AP, if you are choosing this way, that then the common difference is of 2D. You can verify it subtracting first term from the second term, you will get 2D. And 5 numbers in AP is again having a common difference of D. You may be curious to know that why are you not allowing us to use another common way of 3 numbers in AP, which is A plus D, and A plus 2D. That is what we did in the beginning. Even this is correct, but for some numerical based problems, we would advise you to use the first one, because the addition of these 3 numbers leads to cancellation of D. That leads to solving of problem more easy. Unlike in the second case, that even if you add them, D or A will not get cancelled. So if the sum of measures of three angles is 180 degree and they are in AP, and if you assume the three numbers this way, then you can get the addition of them equal to 180. D will get cut and you will get A. And then with some more data, you can get D also. More data means some more information will be given in the question. Let us take a question for these numbers. Let us take a question for three numbers. The question is split 207 into three parts such that these are in AP. So we would suggest that because three parts is there, we can use A minus D, A and A plus D. And they have said split 207. So you have a total of 207 which has to be splitted in three numbers. So indirectly they have given us the addition of A minus D, A and A plus D is equal to 207. As planned by us, D has got cancelled. So we are getting 3A is equal to 207. A is 3 times getting added. You can divide by 3 and this will give you is equal to 60. 27. 9s are 27 upon 3 is 9 later. And the product of two smaller parts, the smaller parts are A minus D and A. Now we will assume here D is positive, because if D is negative then it would have looked that this is the smaller part. A तो हमेशा आएगा ही because two smaller parts बोले थे. But we will assume that it's an increasing AP. So D will be positive. So A minus D and A will only remain as smaller parts. The two smaller parts is 4, 6, 2, 3. So we can write now A minus D into A, the product was said as 4, 6, 2, 3. Correct? 4, 6, 2, 3. Therefore 69 minus D into 69 is equal to 4, 6, 2, 3. We can observe 46 here. 23 will go, even 69 will help you with divisibility. So this will become 4, 6, 2, 3 upon 69. We can try with 23 as planned. 23 3s are, 23 2s are, then 0 1. Don't forget 0. And then again on reduction, 201 upon 3 is easy. 6 are, 21 is remainder, 67 will come here. Therefore D becomes equal to 69 minus 67. Therefore D is equal to 2. We are asked to find three numbers split into three parts. That's what he has said. So let's write three numbers are what were they? A minus D, A and A plus D. That is 69 minus 2, 69 and 69 plus 2, that is 67, 69 and 71. This is your answer. This is written 69 here. So this is your answer. So if you would have selected three numbers as A minus D, A and A plus D, it would be more easy and convenient for you. Let us now proceed further. Let us take another question, a board question of what we did a while back. This is a 2019 question. The question goes as the sum of the first three terms of an arithmetic progression is 42. Now if the sum of first three terms is said, we can assume the three terms like we did before, A minus D, A and A plus D. Their sum is 42 and the product of the first and the third term is 52. So the product of first and third term is 52. Find the first term and the common difference. First term is usually denoted by A and common difference by D. Let's begin. So the sum is 42. So we can say let the three numbers be A minus D, A and A plus D, and we are adding and equating it to 42. As you have seen advantage, and d can get cancelled out. We are getting 3a is equal to 42. We can divide by 3. So 42 upon 3 will be a value. That is one of your question. That is 14. So a is 14. We also want to find the common difference, and the data further says the product of the first and the third term is 52. So we can now write also product is a minus d into a plus d will become equal to 52. Therefore a square minus a d square is equal to 52. A is 14, so 14 square is 196 minus 52 is equal to d square. We can solve for d square. D square is equal to 144. You can verify the subtraction. So d is equal to plus or minus 12. This is important, as many might only take one root. You should take both values, as there is no reason to reject a negative answer. So we can now write when a is, what was a becoming? 14, then d can be plus or minus 12. That is what they have asked. Find the first term and the common difference. So because they have not asked what the three terms are, there was no need to mention those three terms. But just let us say we add one more mark here, one more mark question, find the three terms. So this is extra that we are doing. We can write three numbers are a minus d, a and a plus d. So it is 14 minus, let's take 12 for d. A is 14 and this is 14 plus 12 again. So this is the case when you are taking d as 12. So three numbers become, that is 2, 14 and 26. Other possibility for three numbers was or 14 minus of minus 12. We are substituting d as minus 12, comma 14 for a, and 14 plus of minus 12. This is the case when we are choosing d as minus 12. Therefore, or that is, let us write, that is 14 plus 12 becomes 26, 14 and 14 minus 12 is 2. So 2, 14, 26 or 26, 14, 2. Usually, or you are also able to observe here that 2, 14, 26 का reverse order is 26, 14, 2. That was expected because d एक बार 12 और एक बार minus 12 है. This was not asked. This was an additional information that we have given to them. Let us now, so if you look at the complete solution again, the beginning was important, the choice of three numbers. We got a as 14, and then the product, because it was 52, we substituted a value that we got here, 14 square 196, and we got d as plus or minus 12. This was additional that we did, finding of the three numbers. Let us now head towards sum of terms in AP. Now we will approach sum of n terms in an AP. The formula for sum of n terms is given by Sn is equal to n upon 2, 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This can be derived, though derivation is usually not asked in your syllabus. They only ask numericals. So students who are interested in learning this, they can refer their some reference book or the textbook. There you might find the derivation. Let us now also try to write Sn in one more way. N upon 2. We can write this as a plus n minus 1 into d. We can break 2a like this. So it becomes n upon 2 a plus l. That, as you know, this is the nth term. We can also write it as last term by l. So this becomes your Sn formula, n upon 2 bracket first term plus last term. Let us see one problem, the recent board problem of this type. Let's see how the questions come. This AP topic has been introduced just recently, so we don't have many questions on this. One more question that we can find on some is 2019 question. The question is, in an arithmetic progression, the fourth term and the eighth term, fourth and eighth terms are 8 and 14 respectively. So we understand that T4 is 8 and T8 is 14. Find the first term, so you have to find A, find the common difference, that is D, and the sum of first 20 terms, we can denote it as S20. Let us begin with the given data. Since T4 is equal to 8, therefore A plus 3D is equal to 8. As we know, T4 is equal to A plus 3D. And T8, which is 14, therefore we can write A plus 7D is equal to 14. We can solve them simultaneously. We can do the subtraction part. So we can write subtracting 1 from 2. A will get subtracted. You will get 7D minus 3D is equal to 14 minus 8. This becomes, therefore 4D is equal to 6. Therefore D is equal to 6 upon 4, which is equal to 3 upon 2. This is one of your answer. Let us substitute this in, say, equation 1. So since A plus 3D is equal to 8, we can substitute D as 3 upon 2 here. Therefore A plus 3 into 3 upon 2 is equal to 8. Therefore A is equal to, how is this coming? Since we know D is equal to 3 upon 2. So this becomes 8 minus 9 upon 2. 3 3s are 9. We can LCM this. 8 2s are 16 minus 9 upon 2 will give you 7 upon 2. This was also one of the question. Find the first term. Now he is asking you find the sum of first 20 terms. So we can now write Sn is equal to n upon 2 bracket 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Therefore S20 will become 20 upon 2 into 2 into 3 upon 2 plus 20 minus 1 will be 19 into common difference is 7 upon 2. This evaluation is manageable. This becomes 10 times 6 upon 2 plus 19 into 7 is, have we written it correctly? No, A was 7 upon 2. A is 7 upon 2. And D is 3 upon 2. So let's make accordingly. This is 7 upon 2 and this is 3 upon 2. So here your value will become 14 upon 2. We can cancel 2 if you want to. 19 3s are 51 upon 2. 2 being same, that will help you in addition of numerator terms. So this becomes 65 upon 2. 1s are 5s are 65 into 5 will be 325. So this way, what happened? 3. Okay, I'm writing it again. This way, the sum of first 20 terms will become equal to 325. Let us look at some more points in arithmetic progression. In the meanwhile, let's just go through the solution. This was a board question. We were asked to find out A, which we got as 7 upon 2. Common difference we got as 3 upon 2. And this is we got as 325. From T4 and T8 we could get equations 1 and 2. We solved them simultaneously. We got A and D both. And then we got S20 with the help of Sn formula. Let us look at some extra unique points of this topic and then we can conclude with this. Let us note down some extra points. If you want to find middle term, so if n is even, that is number of terms in an AP is even, then middle term will be equal to n upon 2 plus n upon 2th term and n upon 2 plus 1th term. They happen to be the middle term. For example, say we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. So here n is equal to 6, that is number of terms are even, and we are asked to find the middle term. So middle term will be 6 and 8. How are we getting that? Here we are able to get it by observation, but if you know the formula, 3 upon n upon 2 will become 6 is the middle term. So 6 upon 2th term is equal to third term, and third term in this AP is 6. Same way, n upon 2 plus 1th term will imply the next term, which is the 4th term. N upon 2 plus 1 will make it 4th term, which is 8 in this case. So they become your middle terms. Let me write in bracket S. So middle terms are possible when n is even, but suppose you had n as odd. So if n is odd, then your middle term will be equal to n plus 1 upon 2th term. And here let us consider an example of an AP like 5, 11, 17, 23, 29, 35 and say 41. Clearly n is equal to 7. There are 7 terms here. We want to find the middle term, so put 7 in place of n here. So n plus 1 upon 2 will become 7 plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 8 upon 2 is 4th term, and 4th term here is 23. Here, if in some numerical form they ask you, okay, number of terms are given as 7 only, but they say middlemost terms are, if the question contains data like middlemost terms. So if the plural part is there, middlemost terms, then you should understand that the middlemost, this was the 4th term, which is the middle term. The middlemost terms will include one before and one after term. So middlemost terms in this case is 7, 23 and 29. 17, 23 and 29. Let us continue. Let us take one more point. Suppose it is said that 2 times the second term is equal to 8 times the 8th term. Suppose it is given like this. These are just some extra note points that we are creating. So 2 times second term is 2 into a plus d is equal to 8 times a plus 7d. This gives you 2a plus 2d is equal to 8a plus 8 sevens are 56d. Therefore we are getting, we can divide by 2 here. We could have done it before also. A plus d is equal to 4a plus, and this will become 28d. Therefore let's subtract a from 4a, it will become 3a. Subtract d from 28d, it will become 27d is equal to 0. We can divide by 3. So a plus 9d is equal to 0. But a plus 9d represents t10. So t10 is 0. So when 2 times t2 is equal to 8 times t8, you are getting the output or the result as t10 equal to 0. Now this 10 is nothing but the addition of these two suffixes. So this leads to one more interesting point. It leads to one conclusion. Therefore, m times tm is equal to n times tn. If this is given, let me write, if this is given, then it implies that t suffix m plus n is equal to 0. So if m times mth term is equal to n times nth term, then tm plus n can also become equal to 0. Okay, let's take an example. One more example. Suppose 7 times a t7 is equal to 8 times a t8, then it implies that t15, because 7 plus 8 is 15, is equal to 0. Just an observation. Let's add some more note points. They are just interesting points, you can say it that way. Let us consider an AP again of some numbers like 3, 7, 11, 15, 19 and say 23. So this is an AP, Let us see what happens if you add 5 to it, if you subtract 5 to it, if you multiply 5 to it, and if you divide 5 to it. Let us say 5 I have just taken. 5 is my favorite number. Take it that way. Let's add 5, everyone. So if we add 5, you will get 8. If you add 5, you will get 12, 16. Come on, add 5 to every term. This is 20. This is 24. And this is 28, is still an AP. So when you add any number to an existing AP, the new result is still an AP. Let us subtract 5 from every element. 3 minus 5 will become minus 2. 7 minus 5 is 2, and continue. 11 minus 5 is 6. Continue subtracting 5 from every term, and this is your result. 2 minus of minus 2 is 4. 6 minus 2 is 4. We can say this is still an AP. Let's multiply by 5 and check. So 3 5s are 15, 7 5s are 35, 11 5s are 55, and you can continue. Say 15 5s are 75, 18 5s are 95, and 23 5s are 115. You can observe the common differences of 20 is still an AP. So far we are concluding that if existing sequence was an AP, then adding the same number to all the terms, subtracting or multiplying, results into no doubt a new sequence, but still in AP. Let's divide by 5 and check. So 3 by 5, 7 by 5, 11 by 5, 15 by 5, 19 by 5, and let's write say one more, 23 by 5. Let's get the common difference. 7 minus 3 is 4 upon 5. 11 minus 7 is still 4 upon 5, is still an AP. So we are concluding addition, subtraction, multiplication or quotient, or that is division, if done to an AP, the new sequence of numbers is still an AP. Lastly, let us add a simple and interesting point. If A, B, C is in AP, clearly the common differences are equal. So we can say B minus A is equal to C minus B. Therefore B plus B will become equal to A plus C. A on going that side becomes positive. So we get 2B is equal to A plus C. So we get B is equal to A plus C upon 2. This B is called as, this B that we have got is called as arithmetic mean. This B is called arithmetic mean between A and C. between A and C. So whenever B happens to be an arithmetic mean, also called as AM, between A and C, you can use this information and try to proceed in those problems. Plus 3, 2k plus 1 and 4k plus 3 are three consecutive terms of an AP. This is important, consecutive terms. So we immediately understand that the common differences are equal. Common differences are equal. Find the value of k. So we can see this is the first term, this is second term, and this is third term. So we can write in solution that 2k plus 1 minus k minus 3, the difference between the first two terms is equal to difference between the third and the second. 4k plus 3 minus 2k plus 1. Such questions can also be asked, so it's better that we are ready for them. So this leads to 2k minus k is k, 1 minus of minus 3 is plus 3, 1 plus 3 is 4, is equal to 4k minus 2k, 2k, 3 minus 1 will become 2. Therefore k minus 2k is equal to 2 minus 4. Therefore minus k equals minus 2. K is equal to 2. They have only asked us value of k, so there is no need to resubstitute here and get the three terms. This is your answer. So such level of problems are asked in board exam also.